Hello. I should be finishing Exodus today. Hopefully, you can't hear the breeze blowing in. It's nice and cool. Okay, Exodus 36. I think there's only 40 chapters. Now, Bezalel, Oholiab, and every skillful person in whom the Lord has put skill and understanding to know how to perform all the work in the construction of the sanctuary shall perform in accordance with everything that the Lord has commanded. Then Moses called Bezalel, Oholiab, and every skillful person in whom the Lord had put skill, everyone whose heart stirred him, to come to work to perform it. They received from Moses every contribution which the sons of Israel had brought to perform the work in the construction of the sanctuary. And they still continued bringing to him voluntary offerings every morning. And all the skillful people who were performing all the work of the sanctuary came, each from the work which they were performing. And they said to Moses, "The people are bringing much more than enough for the construction work which the Lord commanded us to perform." So Moses issued a command and circulated a proclamation throughout the camp, saying, "No man or woman is to perform work any longer for the contributions of the sanctuary." So the people were restrained from bringing any more, for the material they had was sufficient and more than enough for all the work to perform it. I wish we'd be given like that. What's wrong with us today? Why can't we go out of our way to give to the Lord? More, an abundance to the Lord, more than he even needs. All the skillful people among those who were performing the work made the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twisted linen and violet, purple, and scarlet material, with cherubim, the work of a skilled embroiderer. Bezalel made them. The length of each curtain was 28 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits. All the curtains had the same measurements. He joined 5 curtains to one another, and the other 5 curtains he joined to one another. And he made loops of violet on the edge of the outermost curtain in the first set. He did likewise on the edge of the curtain that was outermost in the second set. He made 50 loops in the one curtain, and he made 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that was in the second set. The loops were opposite each other. He also made 50 clasps of gold, and joined the curtains to one another with the clasps, so that the tabernacle was a unit. Then he made curtains of goat's hair for a tent over the tabernacle. He made 11 curtains in all. The length of each curtain was 30 cubits, and 4 cubits was the width of each curtain. The 11 curtains had the same measurements. He joined 5 curtains by themselves, and the other 6 curtains by themselves. Moreover, he made 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that was outermost in the first set. And he made 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that was outermost in the second set. He also made 50 clasps of bronze to join the tent together, so that it would be a unit. And he made a covering for the tent of rams, skins dyed red, and a covering of fine leather above. Then he made the boards for the tabernacle of acacia wood, standing upright. 10 cubits was the length of each board, and 1.5 cubits was the width of each board. There were 2 tenons for each board, fitted to one another. He did this to all the boards of the tabernacle. So he made the boards of the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side, and he made 40 bases of silver under the 20 boards. 2 bases under one board for its 2 tenons, and 2 bases under another board for its 2 tenons. Now you can kind of see why I skipped those previous chapters, because it's all just this, explaining in detail exactly how to make this tabernacle and lampstand and censers and covenant, the covenant of God, like a chest. Then the second side of the tabernacle, on the north side, he made 20 boards, and their 40 bases of silver, 2 bases under one board and 2 bases under another board. And for the back of the tabernacle to the west, he made 6 boards. He made 2 boards for the corners and 2 boards for the back. They were doubled beneath, and together they were complete in its top. To the first ring, he did this with both of them for the 2 corners. There were 8 boards with their bases of silver, 16 bases, 2 bases under every board. Then he made bars of acacia wood, 5 for the boards of one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle for the backside to the west. And he made the middle bar to pass through it in the center of the boards from end to end. Then he overlaid the boards with gold, and made the rings of gold as holders for the bars, and overlaid the bars with gold. Moreover, he made the veil of violet, purple, and scarlet material and fine twisted linen. He made it with cherubim, the work of a skilled embroiderer, and he made 4 pillars of acacia for it, and overlaid them with gold, with their hooks of gold, and he cast 4 bases of silver for them. He also made a curtain for the doorway of the tent, of the violet, purple, and scarlet material, in fine twisted linen, the work of a weaver, and he made its 5 pillars with their hooks, and he overlaid their tops and their bands with gold, but their 5 bases were of bronze. I think that's it now. Now it's the construction. Construction continues in Exodus 37. But after 37, I think it's written up. But it's good that I'm reading this so you kind of get the gist of what I skipped over previously. Exodus 37. Now Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood. Its length was 2.5 cubits, its width 1.5 cubits, and its height 1.5 cubits. And he overlaid it with pure gold inside and out, and made a gold molding for it all around. He cast 4 rings of gold for it on its 4 feet, 2 rings on one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side of it. And he made poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. He put the poles into the rings of the sides of the ark to carry it. He also made it a toning cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and 1.5 cubits wide. And he made 2 cherubim of gold. He made them of hammered work at the 2 ends of the toning cover. 1 cherubim at one end of the 1 cherubim at the other side. 1 cherubim at the one end and 1 cherubim at the other end. He made the cherubim of one piece with the atoning cover at the 2 ends. And the cherubim had their wings spread upward, covering the atoning cover with their wings, with their faces toward each other. The faces of the cherubim were toward the atoning cover. I think I might need to change my thumbnails around to the tabernacle being 3 episodes ago and the ark being this one. Then he made the table of acacia wood, 2 cubits long, a cubit wide, and 1.5 cubits high. He overlaid it with pure gold and made a gold molding for it all around. And he made a rim for it and a hand width all around, and made a gold molding for its rim all around. He also cast 4 gold rings for it, and put the rings on the 4 corners that were on its 4 legs. Close by the rim were the rings, the holders for the poles to carry the table, and he made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold to carry the table. He also made the utensils which were on the table, its dishes, its pans, its libation bowls, and its jars, with which to pour out drink offerings of pure gold. There's some people standing in the parking lot just chatting it up, lurking. Then he made the lampstand of pure gold. He made the lampstand of hammered work. Its base and its shaft, its cups, its bulbs, and its flowers were of one piece with it. There were 6 branches going out of its sides, 3 branches of the lampstand from one side of it, and 3 branches of the lampstand from the other side of it. 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms, a bulb and a flower on one branch, and 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms, a bulb and a flower on the other branch. So for the 6 branches going out of the lampstand, and on the lampstand there were 4 cups shaped like almond blossoms, its bulbs and its flowers, and a bulb was under the first pair of branches coming out of it, and a bulb under the second pair of its branches coming out of it, and a bulb under the third pair of branches coming out of it, for the 6 branches coming out of the lampstand. Their bulbs and their branches were of one piece with it. The whole of it was a single hammered work of pure gold, and he made it its 7 lamps with its tongs and its trays of pure gold. He made it and all its utensils from a talent of pure gold. Then he made the altar of incense of acacia wood, a cubit long and a cubit wide, square and 2 cubits high. Its horns were of one piece with it, and he overlaid it with pure gold, its top and its insides all around, and its horns. And he made a gold molding for it all around. He also made 2 golden rings for under its molding, on its 2 sides and opposite sides, as holders for poles with which to carry it. And he made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. Then he made the holy anointing oil and the pure fragrant incense of spices, the work of a perfumer. Oh my goodness. I've read the Old Testament significantly. I don't even know how many times, to be honest. I've read this, I don't know how many times. And I'm telling you right now, this will be the last time I read this. I'm just saying, there's no more from me. Should I just read? I'm just gonna, stop there. No, I won't. Exodus 38. It's the completion of the tabernacle. Then he made the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits wide, square, and 3 cubits high. And he made its horns on its 4 corners, its horns being of one piece with it. And he overlaid it with bronze. He also made all the utensils of the altar, the pails, the shovels, the basins, the meat forks, and the fire pans. He made all its utensils of bronze. And he made from the altar a grating of bronze, netting beneath, under its ledge, reaching halfway up. He also cast 4 rings on the 4 ends of the bronze gratings as holders for the poles. He made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with bronze. Then he inserted the poles into the rings on the sides of the altar with which to carry it. He made it hollow with planks. Moreover, he made the basin of bronze with its base of bronze from the mirrors of the serving women who served at the doorway of the tent of meeting. Then he made the courtyard. For the south side of the hangings of the courtyard there were fine twisted linen, 100 cubits. Their 20 pillars and their 20 bases were made of bronze. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were of silver. For the north side there were 100 cubits. Their 20 pillars and their 20 bases were of bronze. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were of silver. For the west side there were hangings of 50 cubits with their 10 pillars and their 10 bases. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were of silver. For the east side, 50 cubits. The hangings for the one side of the gate were 15 cubits with their pillars, with their 3 pillars and their 3 bases. And so for the other side, on both sides of the gate of the courtyard, were hangings of 15 cubits, with their 3 pillars and their 3 bases. All the hangings of the courtyard all around were of fine twisted linen. And the bases for the pillars were of bronze. The hooks of the pillars and their bands of silver, and their overlayings of their tops of silver. All the other pillars of the courtyard were furnished with silver bands. Now the curtain of the gate of the courtyard was the work of the weaver, of violet, purple, and scarlet material, in fine twisted linen. And the length was 20 cubits, and the height was 5 cubits, corresponding to the hangings of the courtyard. Their 4 pillars and their 4 bases were of bronze. Their hooks were of silver, and their overlaying of their tops and their bands were of silver. All the pegs of the tabernacle and of the courtyard all were of bronze. This is the number of things of the tabernacle. This is the cost of it. This is the number of the things of the tabernacle of the testimony, as they were counted according to the command of Moses, for the service of the Levites, by the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. Now Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made everything that the Lord had commanded Moses. With him was Oholiab, the son of Ahisamech, of the tribe of Dan, an engraver and a skilled embroiderer, and a weaver in violet and purple and in scarlet material, and fine linen, all the gold that was used for the work, and all the work of the sanctuary, which was the gold of the wave offering, was 29 talents and 730 shekels, according to the shekel. Sanctuary. I hope you don't hear that train over me. And the silver of those, I'm trying to read this fast. And the silver of those of the congregation who were counted was 100 talents and 1,775 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. A bekah, a head, that is half a shekel, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. So half a dollar, I guess you could say. Assessed to each one who passed over those who were counted, from 20 years old and upward, for 603,550 men. The 100 talents of silver were used for casting the bases of the sanctuary and the bases of the veil. 100 bases for the 100 talents, a talent for a base, and of the 1,775 shekels he made hooks for the pillars, and overlaid their tops, and made bands for them. And the bronze of the wave offering was 70 talents of 2,400 shekels. With it he made the bases of the doorway of the talent of meeting, and the bronze altar and its bronze grating, and all the utensils of the altar, and the bases of the courtyard all around, and the bases of the gate of the courtyard, and all the pegs of the tabernacle, and all the pegs of the courtyard all around. This was made by the Israelites. Well, material was given by the Israelites for certain men to make. And I'm glad that's over with, and I never have to do that again. I'll finish Exodus in the next video.